Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Libra in mid-July 2021. What is going on, Libra? How are you guys doing? I hope you all are doing well. All right, friends, welcome to July, or mid-July, excuse me. I hope wherever you are in the world right now, Libra, you're safe, happy, healthy, and secure. Please take good care of yourselves and those that you know and love at this time, okay? And at any time, not just this time, but any time. Libra, if you're out and about, socializing, getting your good interactions on with people and reconnecting and all that stuff, please do so safely. Take correct precautions. I know we want normalcy, but we're not exactly out of the woods yet, so please make good choices, and consider not just yourself but your community at large, okay? Alright guys, let's get into it. No other announcements here. Anything you want, Libra, it's in the description box below. If you want the timestamp, it is down there. Information on how to book a personal reading with me is down there. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, even though I don't use it very well, I'm not great at social media. I'm an old fuddy-duddy. But if you want to show your support in a passive way, drop me a follow over there. Like the channel here, like the video here, subscribe to the channel, do all that fun stuff, okay? All right, Libra, let's get into it. Messages for you guys in mid-July. Let's see what's happening. Mid-July for Libra. Messages for them, please. All right. Feels good right there. All right. Okay, that card did like a little jig, a little dance. I'm using cards or using decks that I don't use very often on the channel or even in my private videos. They're not the easiest to shuffle, but I wanted to break them out, dust them off, get some new energies into, you know, what I do as a reader. And so far, so good. You're the last sign I'm doing, but so far I feel it's like a buzz. Ah, am I getting a hand cramp? That's not cool. Ooh, I am. Hold on. Ah. See, that's another thing. Like, I have to spread my hands, like, so wide to hold these cards. Anyway, let's see what's going on here for you guys. Which way are we going to put these on the table? Ah, come on. Okay. Which way are we going to put these on the table, please? Okay, that's fine. All right. So, Libra. First card out was 5 of Gabriel. Ace of Gabriel, 8 of Michael. 5 of Wands, Ace of Wands, 8 of Swords. This is like a match, a battle, a fight. You've got both sides of this issue, whatever we're talking about here. They have belief that what they're doing is correct, or where they're coming from. They have the better argument. Let's say it that way. They have the better argument. And you might think, okay, well, the person who has the Gabriel suit, the wand suit, they're obviously in a better station because there's 2 of those versus 1 of the swords. No. It's like, number one, this is petty. Whoever's over here or whatever's over here, it's probably more than one person over here. This 5 of Gabriel is petty. It does not have to be engaged with in a certain way or presented in a certain way. People don't have to say or do what they're going to say or do. But they will do it because they're petty, or they're driven by the desire to succeed or prove other people wrong or prove a point and things like that. And it's just like not high vibe is what this feels like. But the card itself says, a challenge you can resolve. This autofocus is the worst. A challenge you can resolve. Withdraw from the drama of others. Have patience with yourself and those around you. So, I mean, it could be you, Libra. It doesn't have to be, you know what side of this you're on versus the other. But this feels like somebody who brings a fight to the situation, brings drama into a situation that they don't have to. And it's simply because they've got something to prove. They got an axe to grind. They're seeking revenge. They're seeking to embarrass other people, to make people feel lower than them. It's like a mind game to this person, or like a power dynamic. And that's fine. You know, people do that all the time. But, you know, if you're quote unquote an enlightened person, or somebody who's on an ascension path, this is beneath you. You're better than this. So Libra, if you feel you're enlightened or want to be, or you're on some type of ascension path, you're working on your spiritual life, working on your spiritual journey, trying to understand what your purpose in life. If you're over here, you're doing it wrong. You know, I don't speak from some place of authority. I'm just the messenger here. You're doing it wrong. Because this is not how you serve purpose. This is not how you align yourself with the universe, with spirit, with God. You know, this is not the way. Okay? The other side of this Eight of Michael. Let's see. You can be free. Make a courageous choice to change your situation, not seeing things clearly. So, what I'm sensing here, Libra, you could be on either side of this. Your energy is very 50-50. And maybe somehow you manage to be on both sides at once, but I think you're on one side or the other. So there's another group of Libras that are over here. And you are unaware of your own power, your own dynamic truth as a cosmic being, right? You know, I don't know about you, but this whole God made us in his own image. So basically, I'm a god? You know, I'm being a little tongue-in-cheek there. I'm being a little bit facetious. But, like, if you're created by awesome power, you therefore hold within you awesome power, right? You know? It's like inherited awesomeness that is given to you by whatever you believe in or don't believe in, right? And someone doesn't know that. They don't know their own dynamic strength. They don't know their own cosmic strength. They don't know their ability to persevere. They don't know their ability on how to make themselves free. You can be free. Make a courageous choice to change your situation. That's all it is. You know, Eight of Michael is a cycle. Eight is one of the cyclical numbers, right? So here you have someone who forever gives into the same old shit over and 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 over again. Either they give it freely, or it's taken from them, or they believe they have no choice. They can only do this one thing. They can only react a certain way. They can only say a certain thing. They can only do a certain thing. BS, my friend. Whoever that is, could be you, could be the person who you're up against, and that's exactly where you want them. If you're listening, cross-watcher, and the Libra's over here trying to, you know, rope-a-dope you, I'm letting you know that's bullshit, and they shouldn't be doing that to you. You know, I, as the impartial reader, even though this is Libra's reading, if you're in the wrong, I'll call you out. It's not my intention, but if I sense it, I will. And for some, you're dealing with a Libra. Maybe this is a Libra and Libra situation. Maybe this is within yourself. Maybe you have a Libra cousin, a Libra sister or brother, and you guys are like born 5 days apart, but you guys are on opposite ends of the spectrum. There's somebody here who wants another person to stay in this rope-a-dope, I can't do anything, I can't help myself, this is impossible. They love that mindset because this is, again, Michael's is swords. Right? So this is somebody's self-belief. They don't believe they can be free. And that's exactly what another person wants. And they might be petty enough to feed into that. You know, if you do this, you're not going to go anywhere, right? You know, if you make this different decision for yourself that you think is, you know, the right thing that's going to enrich you or improve your circumstances, you know you're going to fail. Like, what a piece of shit if that's how you talk to somebody else. Like, Ace of Gabriel in the middle, I think is... A wand can be similar to a sword, can be a weapon of offense or defense. I feel somebody here is using passion, fire, rawr, you know, all this intense energy as a weapon against. And then somebody has to use the wands in a defensive way, but they don't know how. They don't know how to change or make a passionate, strong, passionate move to defend themselves. So I'm sensing here a tug of war, and one side is winning and the other side is kind of believing, well, I'm going to lose anyway, so why would I even try? Or I'm going to lose anyway, but let me just, you know, put my wimpy arms up and try and pull this rope over here. And then, okay, let's think of it this way. like literally in a tug of war. You're holding the rope with your arms. And that's part of the work, is to pull the rope with your arms, your upper body strength. But if you don't use your legs, if you don't use your core, if you don't use your entire body to try and win at a tug of war, you're probably going to lose. So somebody over here is handicapping themselves because they don't fully use, I already said this, they don't know their own divine, dynamic, cosmic power. There's more that you can do to defend yourself, to square up with this person in a battle of wits and wills that you don't get into. I don't like it, because I feel someone has made it that way. The circumstances, conversations that are had, little quips and criticisms here and there have led to somebody not knowing that they are in control of, they have more control and more power and more influence than they ever thought they did. This is bad. Because here is this person taking advantage. Oh, look at that. Look at that. And that's interesting, I put that face up. I normally put decks on the table face down. And you're right there, Justice. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. But look at this shit. Like, she is putting together a jigsaw puzzle, but the illustration would lead us to believe that this person might expect, or there's enough seating there for other people. There's enough seating there that other folks can help put this puzzle together, solve it, or even challenge. You know, I don't know that people can be competitive in trying to put together a jigsaw puzzle, but let's imagine that was a chess set. Somebody else isn't even there, or a game of checkers or something like that. So it's like somebody doesn't want competition, even though Five of Wands is well, there you go. There you go. What better way to win in a competition than to convince your opponent that they don't even need to show up? That they have no chance of winning, so don't even come over here. Don't even sit down at this table and square up with me and challenge me, because I'm going to dust you, because I'm going to obliterate you. You don't want this embarrassment. You don't want this heat. You don't want this fire. And somebody's like, okay, I don't want it. Bullshit. Go over there. Sit down. Challenge this person. There's a steamroll going on here. So I wanted to talk about this because, again, I normally put the deck face down. Like 9 times out of 10, I put it face down. But I put it face up, and there you are. Justice. That's your card, Libra. Fight for justice and equality. Autofocus, I hate you. Rulings made in your favor. Don't give up. Listen, it's not for this person. If you're over there, Libra, that's not for you. If you're over here, Libra, it's for you. Okay? This is more for this person over here. I'm not taking this card, but I'm letting you know. That is who justice will favor. Because someone over here is stacking the deck. Someone over here is handicapping the other side. Or, just doesn't really want a fair fight. Five of Wands isn't about a fair fight. Somebody doesn't want a fair fight. Somebody wants their competition to come in defeated already. And all I've got to do, like literally, I'm assuming if you play sports, you don't want the other team to be well rested. You don't want them to have successful practices. You don't want them to go over the playbook. If you know you're going up against someone in a match, and the day you arrive to the field that the other team, they didn't study the plays, they didn't look at any film, they haven't been hitting the gym, they're all suffering with, functional depression. Well, not all of you, but you'd be like, okay, so we should probably win this, right? Because the other side, they haven't done their work. The other side hasn't done the work, either because of the influence of this side, or just because they don't believe it. And this pleases that side. They're like, yeah, you're not going to do shit. You're not any type of competition to me. You're not any type of opposition to me. I can do and say what I want, and you're not gonna, oof. I don't like that. Because it's like making a victim out of a person when no one is meant to be a victim, truly. But, the experience of Earth is perception based. So if you perceive yourself to be a victim, if you believe the lies that you're told, you tell a person a lie enough, they'll begin to think it's the truth. That's very, very, very prevalent in the human condition. You tell a person a lie enough, they believe it's the truth. About themselves, about you, about the circumstances between you, whatever. If someone's convincing enough, if someone is adamant enough, and if someone is insistent enough, you can make anyone believe something about themselves that isn't true. You're good for nothing. What kind of lie, what kind of bullshit is that? Everybody's good for something. Right? Oh God, I can't get into it. All right, so I don't think I need to clarify any of this. I mean, maybe the Ace of Gabriel, but I think that's kind of like the potential weaponry. Someone can use it defensively, someone can use it offensively. I think this side over here needs to see that they too can act in a strong, passionate way and in a decisive way and influence the outcome. This person doesn't even pick up the Ace of Wands to attempt anything. They stay still, they stay stuck. So I think that's what that is for them. So let's just see what else happens here for you guys, Libra. Is that it? We're taking it. All right, so let's see which way we're going to put it down. Yes, okay. So, 7 of Raphael, Chariot, and the 10 of Raphael. Okay. So, the complexity becomes clear. We have a situation where there's emotional attachment. Makes sense. Emotions are not the most rational things that humans are endowed with, right? But the 7 of Raphael, 10 of Raphael, 10 of Cups, 7 of Cups, and then the Chariot, Cancer energy here. You could be dealing with a Cancer, you don't have to be. There's emotional attachment here. Someone is sentimental, possibly overly sentimental. And that kind of plays in, again, it plays into the hand of this person over here. They're the ones with options. This one. Well, both sides have options, but they really are possibly trying anything under the sun to keep the ball rolling towards them or keep the ball in their court. Thank you. So somebody here, they could be talking out of turn, talking out of pocket, saying all kinds of crazy shit that they never said before, doing all kinds of crazy things they never done before, because again, they want to win at all costs. They want things to remain in their favor. And what came out that we were talking about a moment ago, justice. I don't think this person is going to have justice in their corner, at least not for very long. And so they're possibly seeing that writing on the wall, possibly knowing that eventually this person's going to wise up, or this energy is eventually going to realize you can be free, make a courageous choice to change, blah, 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 not seeing things clearly, right? So as this person being heavily entrenched in the competition, heavily invested in winning no matter what, coming out on top no matter what, regaining or maintaining control and power. The moment they see that this person in that tug of war gets an inch, another inch, and the rope and the flag that's in the middle comes closer to the side of the 8 of Michael person, they're like, oh shit, I gotta switch things up. I gotta go back into my arsenal here. I gotta go back to my playbook and run some other options. So this person, for a moment, might scramble a little bit, might feel a bit surprised that they have to change up their MO or their approach to the situation. And then over here, but I think it exists between both, because I feel this Chariot is a bridging energy. So I feel both sides have this emotional attachment here. This is like friends. This is family. This is, for some of you, it could be like a spouse or like a romantic situation, but I feel it's mostly friends and family, or people that we have trust with, that we have bonds with, that we do have some happily ever after with this 10 of Raphael, right? Got the 2 people in the foreground in the meadow, and then the kids in the background. So there is sort of like this family dynamic, happily ever after. Love and blessings fill your life, harmonious relationships with family members, happily ever after, right? So that could be what somebody believes they're supposed to have, a happily ever after. And, you know, for whatever reason, people buy into that and they believe that wholeheartedly, and then they stick to it. the fact that you ever believed this was what you had means that's what you must have. And it's just like this inability to see things differently. And I think that this is a time where, you know, if the dynamic has changed, if people's treatment or the way they show up in a situation has changed, therefore your 10 of Pentacles, or excuse me, your 10 of Cups situation has changed, right? It's like if the person you were committed to in a friendship, love, relationship, what have you, has changed over time. When you started, you both were on the same page. You had the same dream, the same idea of what happily ever after meant to you. Now they're veering off to the left. And they're changing their behavior. They're treating you differently. They're speaking to you differently. They're being quite aggressive with you, or they're being adversarial to you. They're treating you as if they are treating you as if you are their competition, when before you were their partner. You know, that happens very often. People are like, I thought we were on the same page. I thought we were buddies. I thought that you and me were a team. And now you're treating me like I'm your enemy. If that's the case, what makes you think that this is still on the table? If someone is showing you that they don't respect you, care for you, view you as their partner anymore, that the happily ever after that you both said was what you wanted, and now they're acting differently, then what the hell are you still trying to hold on to this for? Chariot, move on. Determination and self-control. Career advancement, acknowledgement of success by others. This is not easy to do, BT dubs, okay? But it's possible. And you're the first you're the first sign in the reading that I'm going to mention this to. This card, Archangel Metatron. I don't really know the archangels too well, but maybe that means something to you guys, Libra. Archangel Metatron. Look it up, get into it, you know, read up on it, or feel affirmed if you already know what Metatron's all about. There you go. That's your affirmation. Also here, not a stretch, but people mention this a lot in readings. You see the two horses, black and white. So you and another person are opposed, different. You see the world differently. The way you perceive yourselves or the way you perceive each other is different. And or we're talking about some type of differences coming together. So like an interracial relationship, perhaps. And it's not to say like interracial relationships always come to some type of friction point. No, it's just to show that you two visually are different. And it's not to say you can't get along. There are plenty of interracial relationships that do get along. You know, the race has nothing to do with it. It's just to show the horses themselves, a black horse and a white horse. The idea is that they have different temperaments. They have different desires. They have different ways of steering the chariot. One wants to go left, one wants to go right. Translate that into people. It has nothing to do with black or white or, you know, any other type of racial mixture, but it is this idea of one person wants to go left, one person wants to go right. So you can't have a happily ever after when two people want different things. Or they want to go about getting the thing in a different way. What's the advice for Libra? And then we're going to wrap up. What is the advice for Libra in this situation? Show me. Queen of Michael. I mean, that immediately cut it short, cut this off. Like, I don't know the details. I don't know the nuances. I don't know what it would take to do that, but that immediately is the thing. Cut yourself free. You can be free. You know, I don't want to minimize it, but literally if you're with bound, but there's implements that are around you to cut yourself free. If you're bound by your wrist, bound at your ankles, but there's a pair of scissors or shears nearby, I would hope you would try your best to get a hold of those shears and cut yourself loose. That's what this Queen of Swords feels like. Cut yourself loose. Brilliant, self-reliant, insightful, humorous. You know exactly what to do. The benefit of experience, a time for your career rather than relationships. Maybe that's the holdup here. The refocusing of energy. If the energy has been emotional on both people's parts, but at least this person over here, Eight of Michaels, has been mostly emotional based. Thinking of the happily ever after, what to do with the family, what to do for the friendship circle, what to do to make sure everybody's in a happy place. Like, other people's happiness is not your fucking responsibility. End of. Especially if we're talking about adults. Other people's happiness, not your problem. But if you tie yourself to how other people react, how other people feel, and your worth, and your sense of autonomy, or your sense of being able to be, I don't know, there's something about getting tied up in other people's emotions that has nothing to do with you. The way other people react to things, or the way people feel about themselves, there it is. There it is. There it is. Remember I said that a person can say or do things to influence how another person feels or how they feel about themselves? Like, somebody out here has been crazy talking. In some of your stories, someone has been crazy talking. You make me feel like this. Every time you say that or do this, you make me feel like that. Those types of statements, you make me feel, puts the guilt on somebody else. And then they feel responsible. Oh, when I do that, he doesn't like it. When I do or say this, she feels this way, and blah, 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 blah. That is a game. Somebody's running a game. And if they really believe that, if they really subscribe to when you do this, I feel that, and that's how they exist, then that's their fault because they give up their power. But this person's a smart cookie. This person's a manipulative piece of shit. No offense if that's you, but you know you are if you are, right? So, no. I'm not here for this, Libra. I don't like this because it's not a super heavy hitting reading. There's only one major arcana here, right? So the influence is very human based. It's very within the control of the people here on this planet. And that's why I don't like it, because it's manipulative, it's divisive, it's really, I don't like it. You can do better. If you're over here, you can do better. If you're over here, you can do better. Both sides of this shit can do better. Do better, be better, that's it. Libra, that's your reading for mid-July. If you like this reading, if it resonated with you, hit the like button. Drop a comment. Let me know how it did resonate. If you choose to share, you don't have to. And if you want, also, please subscribe to the channel. There's a button for that down below. If you want to get at me for a personal reading, you can find out how to do so by looking in the description box below. I'll be back soon to do your August readings, guys. Until then, I thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.